raccoon in Saskatoon.
You can have my heart. You can have my whole heart. You can have every part of me. You can have my heart. You can have my whole heart. You can have every part of me. Oh, your love is like a river. You take me under and wash me clean. And while I'm there, let me remember, oh, all the hope you've given me. 'Cause you can have my heart, you can have my whole heart, you can have every part of me. You can have my heart, you can have my whole, you can have every part of me. If I could write to you a 1,000 pages I would need. For you alone have loved me better than any love I've ever seen. So you can have my heart, you can have my whole heart, you can have every part of me. You can have my heart, you can have my whole heart, you can have every part of me. Yeah, that is a song called Whole Heart by Jervis Campbell. Hello, it's been a little while. I know. Listen, okay, so the last time I uploaded a podcast was when? Okay? I feel like it was right before my little performance at comedy night. Am I right? Am I right? Can you tell me if I'm right? It's so nice to see you again. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming to Mercy's Path with me, Amanda Koopa. And yeah, I'm sorry I haven't been around for a bit. Life has been a little bit lifey, but that's okay. Lots to lots to catch you up on. Okay. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna just catch up and we are going to, yeah, so the last podcast I uploaded was April 9th. Broski. And then I also uploaded one on May 14th, but I didn't make it public because I didn't like it because it was rambly and I was in a hurry and I kind of rushed through it and I just didn't love what it had to say. So here I am again making this one for you. Number 53. Here we go. 54. This is number 54. And we're just going strong. Okay. We're going strong from right now. Okay. So, first of all, there was a few weeks there where I thought I was going to die. I thought I was going to die. I updated my will. I got all my life insurance info in order and I was like ready to die. But then I'm not gonna die apparently. So I have this like I pointed this out to you a while ago. I thought it was a swollen lymph node. I've been trying to do all kinds of like drainage on it, but it is literally like a big giant ball of like I don't know, just stored body stuff. It's not a tumor. I thought I was gonna die. I thought it was like a cancer tumor and I was gonna die. Like that's just what it is. And so I was real depressed for a while. I was like making plans to like replace myself everywhere that I existed. It was a lot. It was anyways, I'm fine now. I'm gonna get this removed later in August, hopefully, after I go on the missions trip to Barbados, after I go to youth camp and be a leader there. I'm running junior youth camp for the first time by myself. So that's 3 days with a ton of little kids, and it's gonna be fun. Obviously not by myself, like with a ton of other leaders, but I'm like programming it and like leading it, and it's gonna be great. And so I've learned from, Pastor Lyle and Pastor Shauna. So they are letting me, yeah, do it now because I'm the junior youth pastor. So that's exciting. Um, Also, what else? Okay, so last time I talked to you was April 9th. So what has happened since then? We had the all-nighter. We had the all-nighter, the youth all-nighter on April 10th. So we stayed up all night, 24 hours with the youth. I was up for like 48, maybe 50, 60 hours because I just can't sleep after staying up all night. And so I just like kept staying up, played a lot of Fortnite. And then what else happened? And then I did the show at for Shine Christian Academy. I did a couple songs. I was supposed to release an album. I know that that didn't happen yet. It's gonna happen, guys. It's gonna happen. I swear, it's coming. I'm such a tortured artist. There's just so many thoughts and feelings in my mind and in my brain that I just, and especially because I thought I was gonna die. So it's like this is the last album I'll ever make, you know. So, um this is the last album I ever make. I have to have every song that's possible on it. Every thought. I've been going through like old books. I have songs like unhinged songs about like falling in love with people. I have just like this plethora of like catharsis to release. And so uh it's just kind of like it's become a story from captive to free, and still sometimes making myself captive by my own stupidity, you know? So yeah, so the album has not come out yet. It's coming though. And then, um, what else happens? There's some snowstorms. Okay, it's like Canada, like what's new? Lots of snowstorms. Sorry, I'm gonna sit up and like actually like do this properly. Because I'm looking at my phone, my calendar, and then what else do we have? And then we went to provincials. Went to provincials in Saskatoon. We got 11th place. My volleyball team did. So I am not coaching volleyball right now. I am done coaching volleyball until the fall. I do want to coach again if I have the opportunity. If they need another coach, I really did like it. It was fun. And so yeah, I want to do that again. Um, and then, yeah, just been doing junior youth, been doing senior youth. We've got a bottle drive this weekend. That'll be fun. I went to Mother's Day Tea, Shine Christian Academy, another event that they put on all the time that's amazing. Yeah. I've been making notes of things to talk about over the weeks. It's not like I forgot about you. Um, oh, yes. Okay. So, I had to go to the hospital, right, to talk to a specialist about this thing that I need to get removed. Do I need to like put this down? Yeah. Yeah, I went to talk to a specialist. Oh, also you can see that my little pink room, my studio is backwards. I'm facing the window because it's light outside. Because why use a bunch of ring lights when I can just look out the window? So there's nothing cool behind me. All my little guys are over here. Ugh. My little America First bear and his raccoon buddy. What's up? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, uh, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I went to the hospital. And now I went to this hospital and it was a Catholic hospital, like it was a St. Paul's hospital. And I've noticed that it seems like every hospital that has a Catholic presence or a presence of God is like so much more well maintained. There's live music all the times in the in the lobby. There's like older folks playing piano or just whoever playing piano. There's just live music in like the lobby when you walk in. Like that's so awesome. Like every place in the world should just have someone sitting there playing piano. Like that should be a job. I would have that job. I would get better at piano if that was a real job. Um, but yeah, just this lady sitting in the entrance just playing piano and like it was so clean and the Lord was everywhere. There was crosses, crucifixes, paintings, statues, like arguably idols, I guess, but like it was just really it was just beautiful. And then I've been to like other hospitals that aren't, it's just like a city hospital or like Lloyd Hospital or whatever. And it's just like dingy and like, it's just not, I wondered, is that because like, um, is that because these Catholic hospitals that are allowed to have like the God presence in them, is that because they're like funded partially by like a Catholic church? Like, that's like the money backer, you know, because there's the Catholic Church pouring money into the hospital to have the presence. It reminds me of that episode of Arrested Development where um they wanted to have a state fair, like this, like wherever they wanted to have wherever they were, they wanted to have a state fair, but they couldn't afford it. There wasn't enough tax dollars. So the church offered to the church offered to fund the fair, and so then it became a church and state fair, and it had, yeah, a big presence of God, and there's like a missionary recruitment center and all this like extra church stuff. And I just thought that was so cool. And so but it's also funny that a church would have more money than an actual state. Like the tax dollars are being, what are they doing? Going to foreign countries, going to DEI campaigns, stuff like that. Who knows? But the church got the money to back up the fair. I just think that's funny. So yeah, I've been getting fit. I just actually was at the gym. I've been going now and then. It's tough, but I'm sticking to it. I'm eating really healthy. Last night I bought Remy McDonald's because she was hungry, and I made supper earlier, and she just wouldn't eat it. And I was like, this spoiled kid. But I thought, you know what? Whatever. I'm just gonna get it. And I got McDonald's, and I didn't get anything for myself. Didn't even have a sip of pop, no ice cream, no nothing. I just got her McDonald's, and I didn't even want it. I just wanted like a protein shake and a banana. So I've been on this fitness journey and it feels good, and I've been trying to dress better to like feel better, to like motivate myself, like, hey, look, you used to do this. You used to be, you know, presentable. Like stop. I don't know. It's like I went through such a long period of my life where I was very like vain and cared a lot about how I looked, and then I flipped that to be like it doesn't matter how I look, it only matters what God sees. But then it kind of became like, okay, well, you know, I don't know. It's like people don't, and it's been an interesting experiment too because the nicer I dress, the more people are nice to me. Like, people are not as nice to me when I just dress, like, in baggy whatever clothes, but they are really nice to me when it's called pretty privilege, and it's not fair, and I didn't wanna live my life like that, but here we are. So my hair is getting really long, I've been curling it, I've been just actually caring about what I look like, and it's been good, I guess. It's been good. I just figure you fake it till you make it, right? Thought I was gonna die, now I'm not. Maybe I have a second chance. Maybe I have a second chance at life. A third chance, fourth chance. I mean, how many chances am I gonna get? Like, I've been given a million chances. The grace and mercy of God is unbeatable. Like I love God so much. Last night I read a few chapters of Jeremiah just out loud, just like getting into the word, just trying to like have the presence of God in my life more. It's like you go from being this on fire, like absolutely amazing, like I want nothing more than Jesus, for like 2 years. And then it's like ups and downs, right? And um I don't know, I guess I kind of not struggling, but it's like just wondering what the plan is, sometimes, and not knowing what's going to happen next, and just kind of going with the flow. And some things don't go the way you think they're going to go, and then you're like, well, am I wrong about everything? But that's just doubt. Got to have faith, got to trust God, right? So I'm trusting the Lord. So yeah. Um and then somebody recently, okay, we were talking about worship. Worshiping the Lord, as I love to do. One of my favorite things to do in the whole wide world is just worship God. And that is why I've been starting out these podcasts with, singing. Not all of it has been like worship, but today that was a worship song um, by Jervis Campbell. And so somebody was talking to me about they're saying like they don't like worshiping on stage at church because they find it harder to like let go and sink into worship. And we were kind of talking about like how to just like not care about um who's looking at you or anything like that. Like really nobody should be looking at you. They should have their eyes closed. They should be worshiping God, only, right? It's not about anything else. And so then I heard Mike Winger on one of his recent episodes of 10 Questions on Bible Thinker was talking about like how to let go in worship. If you think like can't have any ego whatsoever, it has to be like whatever I'm doing right now, even if I'm on this stage, even if I'm on this worship team, I am so insignificant compared to how glorious God is. God is so amazing and huge and just glorious and amazing and faithful and just perfect. And he is the definition of love. And when you think about that, it's like, what I think, what does what I do even matter? I could sing my heart out. I could try really hard and get in my head and really think like I'm going to do a good job or I'm going to be amazing. But that is you are nothing. Okay. And like, that's not to make it like you are a child of God. Yes, you are chosen. You are special. You are worthy. You are loved. But when you are worshiping God, you are, first of all, you're doing something amazing and God deserves our praise. But it's like, It's like when, you know, when when there's people in the Bible, right, who are going to see God and they're like, "Oh no, I can't even look. Like, oh, he's so glorious. I can't even look. Hide my face from you, Lord. I'm not worthy." Like that's what we should be like. We should be like, "Oh God, I'm not worthy of this. I'm not worthy of this. I should just be thankful that I have the opportunity to worship you at all, God, because I am just like a small like sinful, imperfect, you know, human. And the fact that I get to worship you, nothing else matters but you, God. Nothing else matters. Not what I look like, not what I sound like. Like, yes, obviously it should be like pleasing to the ears for to like lead worship, I guess. But like what I sound like doesn't matter. Nothing matters other than God. It's all about Jesus in that moment. And so I guess that's just the conclusion I came to. Like, if you ever start thinking like, "Oh, like I'm gonna try my best, I'm gonna do whatever," it's like, no, like you don't matter. God matters. You're gonna do what He's gonna do through you. It has nothing to do with how good you might think you are. It has absolutely nothing to do with your talent or whatever. You have what God has given you. You should be thankful for that. You should fall down on your face and just be grateful that you're even allowed to worship the one and true living God, because we are so lucky. We are so lucky to yeah, be called by the one true King Jesus Christ. So that's that. That's my little worship rant. Now another thing, I Satan fell like lightning. So somebody was talking about, I don't remember what I was listening to, but somebody had said, what the hell? Yeah, whatever. Why does my version Bible app want me to accept terms and conditions? Um, uh, I just thought it was interesting that Satan would be talked about with lightning. Sorry, I just want to find this verse. I wrote this down. And I want to know what it says. Yeah. He replied, so in like Luke 10:18, let's go back a little bit. Let's go to Luke chapter 10, verse 16. This is Jesus speaking. Whoever listens to you listens to me. Whoever rejects you rejects me. But whoever rejects me rejects him who sent me. And the 72 returned with joy and said, Lord, even the demons submit to us in your name. He replied, Jesus speaking again, I saw Satan fall like lightning from heaven. I have given you authority to trample on snakes and scorpions and to overcome all the power of the enemy. Nothing will harm you. However, do not rejoice that the spirits submit to you, but rejoice that your names are written in heaven. So I just thought that was interesting because I was thinking about like Satan falling like lightning. Zeus is what, the god of lightning or the god of thunder, and he's like represented by a lightning bolt, right? And it's like, I don't know, I guess it's just like a stupid little random thing that I thought of, like Zeus equals not a god, not the real god equals Satan, because Satan is coming out my lightning. I don't know, that's just a thought I had. Not that deep, not that deep really. What else did I want to speak to you about? I feel like there's so much that I think of in a day, and then if I don't write it down, I lose it. I lose it. I forget it. Oh my goodness, this is annoying. What the heck? Okay. So what else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? June 7th, garage sale fundraiser. So drop off your stuff. Uh, oh yeah. I wrote a new song. I forgot about that one. Um, yeah, just honestly, my notes is just full of lyrics. This one's new. Ready? I'm not gonna hit sing it. I'm just joking. I hate. Hello? Hello? Just joking. Um, okay. What the heck? Oh my goodness. I wrote this down. Men need to develop their own will and their own consciousness first. You can't outsource your validation and sense of self and ego and esteem to a woman. You have to find it within yourself first. Amen. You have to find your purpose before you get into a relationship with someone. Otherwise, when the relationship ends, you will be trauma bonded and you will feel like you can't give it up. And you need to just, you gotta just give it all to God, bro. Give it to God, give it to God. Okay, well, this is the other thing I wanted to talk about because things have been like crazy in the conspiracy world lately. And as you know, like yes, I am deep into the conspiracies. It is true. But there's some things that are not real. For example, the Erica Kirk spiral of the Egyptian planes that were debunked, that people then there's the witness that Candace Owens brought in that was a completely fabricated liar that was proven to be an absolute liar. Um, and so, anyways, I want to talk about this specifically with you in a way that is very intelligent. So, we're going to talk about it. We all know what it was like realizing that we were lied to. We called this being red pilled. What does it mean to be red pilled? It means to realize your reality was a lie. The way you thought the world is, the way you thought the world worked was actually a fabrication. It was manufactured, it was a deception. And it's very disorienting to be red pilled. And it's hard to know then what is true and what is false. It's hard to know how much of what we were led to believe was true and what was false. It's very disorienting. And we know that for a lot of people, they struggle to handle this. And so they will follow a lot of red herrings. They'll go down the rabbit hole, so to speak. And some people will believe every conspiracy theory, and some people will walk away from it. They'll embrace the blue pill. There's a lot of different ways it can go. And what's effectively happened in the past several years is that almost everybody has been red pilled. And I think this has induced some type of mass psychosis, which is people are disoriented. I would say they're like psychic victims. And not everybody is super intelligent, and not everybody has a deep background knowledge of history and religion and politics. And people are really struggling to make sense of everything. And they're not going to get it right away because these issues, when we talk about how power works, when we talk about Judaism, and Jewish nationalism and Zionism and Israel. These are complex topics. These are enormous topics. They involve thousands of years of history and theology and eschatology and political science and all kinds of things. People are not always going to get it right. And I think what has effectively happened is that there's been so much curiosity and interest in the subject, it has created a giant class of influencers that are going to feed this appetite for conspiracy and intrigue and radicalism and things that are magical and far fetched. And like I said, it has created a bubble like effect where there's a lot of perverse incentives. The content that is being pumped out is opposed to the way it used to be. It's not being created by scholars and intellectuals who embrace a taboo topic that was almost illegal, like a clandestine topic, but they did it because they cared that much, or they were super intelligent, or they're hobbyists, or they existed on forums. Now you have a lot of influencers that are merely filling a market demand. There's an appetite for conspiracy, so give them conspiracy. There's an appetite for anything anti-Jewish, give them everything anti-Jewish. There's an appetite for historical conspiracies, give them everything historical conspiracies. And I think everybody can recognize the space has become polluted with slop. And whereas we used to have maybe arguably at one point there were some standards, now there are no standards. And whereas at one time we had the best ideas and we were the only ones that were right, now our side is embracing some of the worst ideas. and we're frequently debunked, and these terrible ideas are being ripped apart and torn down all the time, and our credibility is really taking a big hit, and I think it threatens to derail and disorganize all the progress that we've made. And so anyway, I just think that um with all of this that has happened, people keep falling for these stupid things because people are just pumping out more things. It's like the uh Billy um Billy and Wes. What was his name? Billy Billy versus Wes. Du-du-du-du. Yeah, Billy Carson versus uh Wes Huff. So Billy Carson was one of those people pumping out conspiracies that had no backing. And Wes Huff, with the snap of a finger, with just a little bit of, theological and historical knowledge, completely crushed his entire um, machine of information. Billy Carson was just spewing nonsense, and Wes Huff just derailed it very quickly. Now that little spiel I just gave you, not my words actually. um Nick Fuentes, uh it was so important that I know that I cannot share his voice, his face online without you know, getting in trouble. And so, but I'm going to tell you that those are the types of things that he talks about, and that is why I think he's a really important person to follow and or watch. He is a bit crude and crass at times. He's not a perfect person, but he's Christian, and he just has a lot of knowledge that you don't see anywhere else. He's well read, he's very intelligent, and I know I've talked about him before, and some people really don't like when I talk about him, but his show is one of the very few shows that I watch. And because it's just so on point, like everybody else is so far behind. And after watching him for about a year now, I've seen him be right and be vindicated, and he just is so far ahead of everyone else because he actually is paying attention to like what's going on in the middle, not the noise, not the headlines, not like he just follows actually what's going on. And yeah, there's some things that I obviously don't agree with him about, very minor though. And I can like someone and appreciate the person that they are without agreeing with every single thing that they believe. So there's that. But yeah, it's so I just thought was that was such an important little spiel because I've just watched people, you know, like people that I'm close to, people that aren't even necessarily conspiracy theorists, pick up on a viral video about, Egyptian planes or you know, Charlie Kirk's shooter was, made a hand signal. It was this like guy, and it's just like people are so not discerning anymore. They just believe these slop creators, these conspiracy slop creators like Candace Owens. I used to respect her a lot, and now she knows she's lying and she dances around. Like when she gets called out for lying by a lot of people, when they say like, hey, you're about this, you're lying about this, she just moves on to a different topic or just sidesteps it, and it's so infuriating. It's like, I used to trust you and believe that you stood for the truth, and now you're literally just like a clickbait artist. Like, it's crazy. And then yeah, so I don't really like, I watch like three shows. I watch America First, I watch Bible Thinker with Mike Winger, and I watch Podcast Cringe. I used to watch Too Lazy to Try, but he's kind of got some like ideology issues that I'm not in love with. But I do watch the odd video when it's something interesting. But he talks a lot about like influencers and internet people like that I don't know who they are. It's fun to watch once in a while, but and then I used to watch Patrick CC, but he puts his face on camera a lot now, and again, same thing. He just kind of misses the mark a lot as far as like, he'll think one thing is really true, but then the actual obvious thing is false. And I don't know. There's just a lot of yuck out there, and it's hard to find, because for me, it's like I need somebody that I watch to have, you know, some semblance of, like, I need them to know, like, if you know, you know, you know. I need them to know what's going on in the world to a point. So a lot of people don't. They need to be at least a little bit red-pilled, uh, you know, and white-pilled is even better. 'Cause yeah, but um yeah, it's just hard to find anyone trustworthy out there, and I just find that America First is so consistent, not necessarily consistent, you know. It's a lot of content. Even if he doesn't do a show every day of the week, it's still a lot to watch. And I like to watch it. So yeah, there's that. And um I don't know what else to talk about, you guys. Let's see. If you have any, let's go look at your comments. Boo boo boo. That was like a lot of words for a moment there. I think that people just need to pray for discernment, for more. People just need to pray for more wisdom and discernment, and stop falling for things that aren't real. Whoa! Somebody wants to collaborate with me. Somebody wants a tutorial for Love Don't Live Here Anymore. It's been cold since you went away. Uh, Please share a tutorial. I need it. Okay. My piano is I actually did a worship night. Oh, Pastor Tiff and Josh now live in Lloydminster. That's exciting. Let's go. So happy to have them here. I had tweeted actually that they were going to move here, and then I was right. They did move here. Um, okay, so not a lot of comments. I just can't really find them. Here we go. Newest. Newest. Why? Why are you not picking up the humming? Mm-hmm. Oh. Are you serious? I'm sorry. This one might be a train wreck too. You know? That's okay though. You don't come here because it's production quality. You come here because you know it's the place to be. Just joking. Oh my gosh. What? Ugh. Oh my gosh. I literally, mm, mm. I turned off the audio enhancements and it turned itself back on. I hate this microphone sometimes. Anyways, please tell me. Okay, so somebody said, please tell me how old you are because I know someone who looks just like you. But if you don't want to answer, what is your name? It's like, bro, my name is in my YouTube handle. Um, yeah. Anyways. Oh, Emily commented, for Emily, whenever I may find her is one of my favorite songs. It doesn't have my name in the song, just the title. Mika has a song called Emily, though. It's fun hearing songs with our names in them. Yes, it is. And then someone commented a bunch of hearts. Someone commented a bunch of thumbs up. Somebody said, Happy New Year to you as well, you gorgeous woman. Keep doing you. A little late for Happy New Year, but okay. Yeah. Yeah, so that's it. I have some guests that are supposed to come, but we will see. It's all about scheduling, right? But I really do feel like my face is already getting skinnier with my eating well and going to the gym. I just need to be in shape, dude. It's not even about what I look like. It's about feeling okay in the clothes that I wear and just like carrying myself day to day. It's like all that stuff. So, but yeah, I'm going to quit this and I'm going to record some music. So, look for that and follow me everywhere. And I love you and thank you for listening. We shall pray. We shall pray. Dear Jesus, thank you for everything that you do. I love you so much, and I'm just so happy that you have saved my life. What else could I do? What else could I do in life without you? Just your blessing and your favor on those who wish to follow you, Lord. Just get into everyone's heart. Just make yourself at home there. Let everyone just invite you in, and because you are good and you are faithful and you make life peaceful and awesome, and I just love you so much. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen. Okay. Yeah, youth and junior youth are wrapping up next week, so why we get blurry? Dude, focus on me. They're wrapping up next week, so I'm gonna have like some free time a little bit, but we're gonna see what happens, and hopefully this album will come out sooner than later. Okay? But thank you as always for being here, and I just love you so much. Okay, intro, outro. Why will it not? What is going on? There we go. Thank you. I can't wait to meet you, meet you, meet you. I can't wait to meet you. I think about you all the time, and I just can't wait, just can't wait. I think about you all the time.